It's morning.
Well then, time to go. Chop chop, captain's orders.
Of all people, it's those two who didn't make it.
So, what's the call?
I'm waiting.
Me too.
So will I.
Are you gonna disobey the captain's orders, Lieutenant?
The rest of you go. I'll find the princess on my own.
If we're gonna wait, we should stay here. We can't afford to miss them.
I'll stay. Everyone, please go look for the captain and the princess.
We better split between those who are going to stay and the search party.
Good grief. Alright, I'll be on the search party.
Count me in. If Fifi's nearby, I'll sniff her out for sure.
What the dickens? Why, I never...
Of course. They're an integral part of Vandergen.
First, the search party should...
Hold up. Someone's coming.
What are you doing, Bloom? Hide! It's the captain!
Fifi!
I'm sorry to have worried you, Sarah.
I'm glad you're safe.
I told you not to wait.
It was my call. I accept responsibility for disobeying orders.
Nuh-uh. I was totally gonna wait for Fifi, no matter what.
Me too. I said we should wait. If you say that, all of us are guilty.
Well, maybe not Isaac, right?
That's right. Isaac was the only one who was a good soldier.
So true. He's a model military man. We could all learn from him.
Odds bodkins, what are you ragamuffins ragging on me for? I did nothing wrong.
We know. It's a joke, lad. A joke!
Well then.
I'll deal with you all back at base.
But beg pardon? But it was for our sakes that they...
That doesn't mean I'm not grateful for what you did. Thank you, all of you. Let's go.
Yes.
The way the media reported the Battle of Glotzen was the complete opposite for Jutland and the Ruzi Empire. Jutland had reported that they destroyed the enemy base and successfully escaped a large besiegement.
Yes. The people had no idea that they were lured into a trap. And meanwhile, at the Ruzi Empire...
Comrades, Ruse has succeeded in routing the Jutish invasion. The end of winter brings with it the time of awakening, a new beginning for the Ruzi Empire. This huge victory lays an imperial foundation upon which we promise to rebuild our motherland back to eternal greatness.
The time of awakening. That is when you mortals cast away the Azure power. However, such a time will never come to pass. Young, fleeting mortals, you will never see the twilight. For I will end everything.
I'm so sorry, Am. The only consolation is that you came back safely.
Violet, don't meet with your contact for a while.
No can do. On the contrary, he'll suspect me if I don't.
Gotta side with Saul here. They might have been trying to flesh out spies. Like you.
But he's a source of information.
It's for your own good.
Do you agree with the others too?
Of course. Can't do this without you, Vi.
Oh, you're making me tear up. Thanks for worrying, everyone. But I'm going to maintain contact with him.
The operation was a success.
Yes, it was.
To think scattering information would produce such results. Now to expose these vermin infesting our country. Treat every person you meet as an enemy.
Are you in pain, comrade?
It's not as bad as it looks. And I was so close to getting rid of that meddlesome princess.
Focus on recovering for the nonce.
Words can't describe my shame, sire.
Jutland will attempt to recover from their blunder at Glotzen as soon as they are able. However, it's obvious how an operation that is rushed will turn out.
Yes, but with winter ending, we can finally take the initiative, Your Majesty.
Ha!
Councilman Collenberg.
Yes?
My name is Godot Villefort.
Ah, you.
I take it the captain's told you about me.
Let's move to another location. This isn't the place for our discussion.
The more I look into you all, the heavier it weighs on my heart. I know what you're doing is morally questionable at best, but I can't help but understand.
Then why not leave it at that? Kindly stop looking into us. We chose this path in order to move forward. I'd appreciate if you continue your missions under Amlet, especially if you care for your country.
I intend to.
We don't need anyone's sympathy.
The retreat at Glotzen forced the traitors to proceed to the next operation immediately.
At last we come to the great battle of Cavaltus.
I have a favor to ask of you, Captain. I'm frustrated about the battle at Glotzen. So please win the next one for us, sir.
That's your favor?
Yes, sir. That's it.
You're a little close.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, the anti-war movement's gotten really vocal lately. They say an army who can't admit defeat is an embarrassment. That we should surrender to Ruse before it's too late.
Hans, what are your thoughts on our last battle?
Me, sir? I think I'm glad everyone here came out safe. To me, Vannergund is more than a unit. It's an inspiration. The anti-Valkyria squad is the face of Jutland's liberation. That's why I'm so happy you all made it back in one piece.
Oh no!
Bridget, wipe that look off your face.
Nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Yes, sir!
Don't worry about what anyone else thinks.
Goodness gracious, was that...
Did he just smile?
No way!
What?
Oh, I missed it! You should have said something sooner!
Ow! That hurts!
They're all so charmed by your singing, milady.
It is strange. I do not know the full extent of this magic. However, now that I am aware of it, I can feel it inside me. A power sprung from every breath and rising with each note.
A power for fighting the Valkyria?
Nay, not for fighting. 'Tis a spark of light and life, like the warmth of a newborn star. Does that make any sense?
Judging by their expressions, it really does. Anyway, you sure have visited a lot of new places in a short amount of time.
I am not exactly sightseeing.
Of course not, but haven't you already experienced more than you ever would have otherwise?
True. Even though they were under the Empire's control, every land I've traveled to had its own unique lifestyle. No matter how much Ruse took, the hearts of these nations still beat strong. It gives me hope for their liberation.
That's one way to look at it. But even though the Rusi colonies are being oppressed, they'll accept it as long as they can keep their cultures. In other words, the Empire left their customs intact. For example, if festivals and holidays are left alone, people can let off steam and relieve their frustrations. And then, oddly enough, they start convincing themselves that the Emperor understands them. Some say that's why they've accepted a foreign regime. Claudius, that tyrant, he's downright insidious.
Just so. Looking back on the history of Europa, tyrannical governments can only impose their rule by force for so long. Conquerors who disregard the traditional cultures of their colonies are inevitably overthrown by rebels and insurgents. Until we unmask the insidious nature of his reign, we cannot truly claim to have liberated anyone. Jutland has to lead Europa into opening its own eyes.
Then you should sing to the countries you've liberated too.
I beg your pardon?
Music heals the soul and rejuvenates the people's spirits, including mine. Your Highness's voice could rally the whole world together.
Thank you, Miranda.
Now go on and sing. They've been waiting all this time.
Indeed.
Next is Freet Eriksson and Violet Sand.
Figured you'd show up sooner or later. Heard you already met with Solomon.
Indeed.
You're a strange guy. You seek us out, but don't sling any criticism or support our way. What exactly are you after?
I honestly don't know. I just want to meet you all.
Well, as you can plainly see, I'm nothing more than a writer, an essayist. We each have our own jobs.
All of which aid you in your current endeavors. It takes an extraordinary amount of willpower to remain devoted to a single cause so thoroughly for 10 years.
After the orphanage burned, a teacher took me in. I spent my days in a house filled with books and devoured all of them. That's how I learned about the power of words. I eventually started writing for newspapers to see more of the world.
And then you went freelance?
Wanted to broaden my horizons further, that's all.
And did you?
There's still a great deal I don't know, but I like learning. It gives me something I can call my own. You know, I was initially opposed to the war. The 5 of us fought about it more than a few times. But eventually I came around. Our whole lives were erased. They tried to bury the truth, but they forgot to bury us. So we decided it was time to fight. But enough about that. Let me ask you, will you take action against us?
No, I have only love for this country. And I think I best serve this country by fighting alongside you all.
You're a strange man.
I won't argue that. Lieutenant Sand.
Oh. So you came. I heard about you from Amlet. I'm surprised you were able to find me.
It wasn't easy.
Why not use that determination for Jutland?
That's what has brought me to all of you.
It seems you know about us, yet you don't try to stop us.
If there's one thing I've learned about the Captain, it's no use trying to stop him once he's set his mind to something.
Yes, it's no use trying to stop it.
For that very reason, I want you to continue. Your fervor will ensure Jutland's victory, and that is all that matters.
You plan to exploit us?
Not unlike how you're exploiting this country.
And we're prepared to accept the consequences for that. Ever since the day we decided to do this. Satisfied?
Yes.
You're an unusual person.
I get that a lot. What's the matter? The situation is grim.
Op details are as follows. That's all. Vandergen, move out! Let's do this! No match for us.
Open fire!
Let's end this!
Yep, let's go!
This is going well.
Rest in peace. Whoopsies!
Allow me to assist you.
Here we go! This'll do it!
This'll do it. Commander down!
Taste my blade!
Take this! Who's next? Commander down!
Constant vigilance!
Keep an eye on them.
The tides are turning!
Heavy ambush!
Onward to victory!
Commander down! This'll do it. That all you got?
Commander down!
Yep, let's go!
Who's next? The day is ours!
Here
I'll give it. The day is ours!
Victory!
Who's next? The day is ours! Commander down! You ready?
Tango's
There is
the
no
whole
other way. Got a bad feeling. Whoa, what is that?
You ready? Out of my way! Commander down!
This is awesome!
All right.
Got a bad feeling. Constant vigilance.
This'll do it! Commander down! I'm
Power
with you.
comes from within.
Keep an eye on them. Commander down!
Now we're in the name of Jutland.
Who's next?
Ready or not, here I come. Taste my blade. Constant vigilance.
The day is ours!
Ready
You
or not,
ready?
here I come.
Leave it to
Power
me.
comes from within.
Honest. What's going on? Commander down! Day is ours! Next! That would work.
Please take care of yourself.
I'll murder! Leave it to me. I'll murder it! I'll give it my all.
I offer this too. I must fall, but I don't wanna. You
You ready? What are you looking at? Leave it to me. Now it's bad. You ready?
Taste my blade.
Be mindful.
Open fire!
Let's end this! Don't let it get to me! I can't do this! Commander down! Push break through! Who's next? Leave it to me!
Let's retreat!
Constant vigilance.
Take this! Commander down! Crush them! Get lost! No way. Well, who's next? Commander down! All right. All right.
Now or never.
Who's next?
Retreat!
This will be a cakewalk.
Retreat!
The day is ours! Mission complete. As expected.
Please flex your hand. How does it feel?
It's different than before. Like my mind has become clearer.
The Ragnite has begun sharpening your nerves and heightening your reflexes. However, long-term usage will put an immense strain on your body, so please be careful.
Well met, Maxime. Word is your body's sporting some fancy new upgrades.
You heard correctly.
Not many test subjects survive experimental augmentation, so why take the risk?
It is all for His Majesty's path to power. I only wish to be his soldier, his general.
You sure are a strange one. Not only are you serving an emperor who should be your foe, you've already climbed up the ranks to be his Grand General. Some people are mighty suspicious of your amazing promotion.
Do they not trust me?
Victor still seems like he's got his doubts, but I trust you. And why do you suppose that is? Because you're intriguing, that's why.
Intriguing?
Everything in the world can be split into two categories. That which piques my interest, and that which does not.
So His Majesty's path to power interests you?
Of course. This job is so much fun. Every day's a holiday.
Then what do you think lies beyond His Majesty's path to power?
Never given it much thought.
What?
I'd rather enjoy the journey than dwell on the destination.
Have you no desire to know what the Emperor strives for? What you will see once he stands atop the world? Not once?
Only His Imperial Majesty needs to look that far ahead. Serving the Emperor intrigues me. That's all I need. But I get the impression that's not enough for you. Well, do what you want. But just between us, all we Grand Generals need to worry about is following Imperial orders. Don't overthink it.
We strike here.
Cavaltus, Ruse's primary line of defense, protecting them from the other great nations.
Which is precisely why it's significant. Its mountain range also separates the climate between Ruse and Jutland. If we can break through the defensive line that crosses this range, we can deal a massive blow to the Empire.
Big gamble, big payoff.
It'll help with the superpowers, too.
We must make our next move before the retreat in Glotzen starts affecting the country's morale. The incident there has brought upon a larger backlash, especially since we were advancing steadily with every op. The military's credibility has dropped 15%.
Are any of the Grand Generals there?
So far, we have no information. But considering how important this position is, I think it's likely that Galush or Gustav will take command.
And the Valkyria?
There's a high chance of it. Still, that's only at night.
With the latest weapon upgrades, you can really do business. Bring on the night. We're counting on you, Am.
I know.
One other thing, everyone. That man came to see me, too.
Same here.
Godot.
I was caught off guard. He really doesn't deny it. I didn't know how to deal with him.
Why doesn't he oppose us?
He told me he loves this country, and that's why he wants to fight alongside us.
Talk about a pain in the ass.